Hey, welcome to my channel. Let me start off by saying, in no way or shape or form is this reflective of anyone else's opinion. This is mine and my opinion alone. So you're welcome to disagree with it or agree with it. You're welcome to like even shut down, not shut down, but more so close the video or not watch the video at all. It's up to you. If you feel that what I'm about to say is not in align with your views, and you don't think otherwise from here on out, you're welcome to unsubscribe or subscribe depending what, or keep subscribing whatever you want. But this is a case where like it's very rare for me to talk about politics. The only time I've ever really talked about politics was about George Santos because he was represented from my district at that point in time, and I was a little pissed off about what he did, how he came about becoming a congressman, basically a con artist. But in any situation, this aspect of it's just mind blowing. I mean, granted, between the politics between the Democrats and Republicans in regards to the Affordable Care Act, and as well as the aspect of the government shutdown and SNAP benefits, that's one thing. I'm gonna put that away because I'm not really gonna discuss about that. The one thing that's throwing me off, or not throwing me off, but angering me to the point where like what the person had said angered me to the point where I was like, you got to be kidding me. I've never seen this happen before, and this is the first time this is happening with him. It's Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy. The guy should be fired. He's not qualified. Let's be honest. The dude is not qualified. Sean Duffy is not qualified to be this type of person. Basically, let's be honest. If he is, the fact that he went on all these news media outlets once the government shutdown occurred and such, and they had to like start canceling flights or delaying flights. He's like, it's an unprecedented. This is unprecedented, basically. In paraphrasing, basically unprecedented that what we're going through. No, it's not. There have been other government shutdowns in the past. Hell, even Trump's first term, when there was a government shutdown, there was no issue with air traffic control and flights. There was no delays or such. Air traffic controllers were getting paid and such at that point as well too. Honestly, it's like really mind-boggling to the point. It's like he said it now. It's like, well, he was going to blame the Democrats. Reality is, no. This is your type of mismanagement. You do not know how to manage, basically, because quite honestly, you goofed. You goofed, and you didn't know how to fix it. And now you're trying to put blame. You're pulling a Trump, basically, trying to put the blame on anyone else, basically. Let's be honest. You did not deserve to be, just because you were able to kiss Donald Trump's ass, and basically come in and get nominated, and then become the Secretary of Transportation. That's baloney. That's all BS, basically, because this is all on you. When Biden had issues, I'm surprised. The fact is, Pete Buttigieg has not come back and said anything of a nature of hey, you know what? When we had a government shutdown, we didn't have any issues with air traffic control and such. We didn't have any issues with our airlines. Flights were running on time and such. We only had to worry about basically the fact is infrastructure aspects of things. From this perspective, Sean Duffy does not know what he's doing. He's in over his head. And the problem is Donald Trump should be firing him, but he's not going to fire him. Why? Because he's got some weird loyalty thing. It's only when, honestly, I'm surprised no one's calling me out. No one's calling out Sean Duffy. It's like, hey, all these other past government shutdowns, there's never been flight disruptions of this magnitude except under you, basically. You could say it's under Trump, but reality is it's under him, basically. He's responsible for this. And he's going to try, I bet he's going to try to bubble it up at that point. It's like, well, you know what? It's really the president and the leadership as well as, the Democrats, basically. No, it's baloney. You should have anticipated this. You should have figured this out. Honestly, you never planned for this because you suck. You suck management-wise. You don't know how to manage and handle for a crisis. I'm waiting for another massive crisis. I'll be honest with you. All those air traffic controllers that are working right now, that are working for free without pay, you should get back some serious back pay, but not only back pay, but overtime pay as well as an extra raise. You guys deserve raises, man. I mean, honestly, I am mad, impressed, and proud that you guys came in and kept the airways as safe as possible. and try to minimize the amount of delays and whatnot, basically, and like letting people get to here and there, basically, from that perspective, that you guys deserve a raise. I'll be honest, this government shutdown has shown with you air traffic controllers, you guys are a union. I hate to say this, but like, I will be in full support because the reality is, like, everything that's happening right now, if you guys don't get that extra raise, go on strike and demand that raise. You could go on strike. Go on strike, honestly, because like here's the thing: you guys can shut down all of the air traffic at that point, and it will like grind the. I don't want to say grind the country to a halt, but a grind maybe 80% to 60. Well, maybe 60% to 70% of the country to a halt, because quite honestly, you guys deserve the raise, and the fact that the air traffic control, or not air traffic control, but like Secretary of Transportation, aka Sean Duffy, doesn't do anything, then keep going. What's the president going to do? What's the government going to do? Put you in prison? For what? For what? Because they didn't pay you. You were working for free at the time. So at that point, the government should be at that point fine from that perspective as well too, because they never paid you guys. And if they don't give you the back pay as well as extra money as a result, meaning a raise and a bonus, well, then it's the government's fault at that point. And this is why I'll be wholeheartedly supportive of you guys of the air traffic controllers going on full master strike. Go on a strike. Doesn't matter. At that point in time, if everything grinds to a halt, it's not on you guys. It's on the government side, because they owe you some serious money and they owe you for what you've done. We see how air traffic controls, with the stress that you guys have. I've never been an air traffic controller. I don't know the pressure that you guys are under, but seeing all what you guys do, the amount of pressure, the fact that like, it's got, you guys have a high rate of depression, as well as, I don't know, suicide rates. I got to look that numbers up, but it's pretty up there, right? Let's be honest. And like, it's one of those things with that, and mental health stability is the biggest thing for you guys. I mean, I don't want to be in a plane where an air traffic control is like, you know what? I can direct these two flights and kablooey. So I'd rather you guys, like focus on your jobs. And I honestly think you guys deserve the raise you guys did for those that came in, basically, for those that stayed. For those that stayed and was working during this government shutdown, these guys deserve a raise. Anyone else that like called out sick and all that stuff, well, you know what? That's on you. But the reality is, those that stayed and worked, you guys deserve a raise. Go on strike, bring it to a halt, get your demands met. Because honestly, you guys went far above and beyond, basically, far above and beyond. Similar to any other government employees that were for first up or responders and whatnot, first responders and whatnot. You guys deserve as well too. So I will be supporting you in any shape or form, and quite honestly, and if they say, well, this is un-American, yeah, you know what's un-American? Not getting paid for working. That's the thing. Not getting paid for working for your country at that point, and not being rewarded at that point as well too. So let's see what happens there. Again, Sean Duffy, get your ass out of the chair. Get up, do your job. If not, get out. Quit, because like you are not meant for it. And don't put the blame on anyone else. You were not prepared because you do not know how to manage. That simple as that. Secretary Sean Duffy does not know how to manage. I don't know. I'm welcome. You know what? You guys are welcome. For those that are watching, if you have an issue with what I'm saying, you're welcome to leave a comment in the comment section. I would love to have a healthy discussion about this. But reality is don't say anything about like, hey, these air traffic controls. You could put the blame on the Democrats or Republicans. It doesn't matter about the government shutdown. But the fact of the matter is, if these air traffic controllers do not get back pay, as well as a bonus and a raise for those that stayed and was working throughout this entire thing, considering that they were really overstressed to the point where like I was surprised that there wasn't as many serious collisions per se. These guys need the back, and please don't say it's like, well, no, this is part of their job. Really, if that's their part of their, let me ask you a question. Would you be working for free? Let me ask you a question. If your job that you're working at right now decides to hold your pay for 2 months, and they don't decide to give you back pay, or they don't decide to reward you by not giving a bonus or an extra set of bonus or even a raise for that matter, would you still stay with that company? So honestly, let's owe these guys what they're due basically at that point. And if you have an issue with me attacking Sean Duffy, Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy, look, let's go back. Trump's first term, I don't remember who the Secretary of Transportation was there, but during that was the longest for a government shutdown. I didn't feel any air traffic control issues at that. I mean, air flights at all. I didn't see any flight issues at all. Quite honestly, during that period of time when I was flying, I saw no delays. I saw no cancellations, and yet this one, it was about the same amount, maybe a couple more days extra. But we were seeing flight delays galore, flight cancellations galore, considerably hurting a lot of people, specifically those that need to meet up with family members and whatnot for weddings or for, I hate to say it, for funerals or being with their loved ones on their deathbed. I mean, honestly, this is Sean Duffy's fault. Honestly, this is Sean Duffy's fault. He did not do this well. He did not do this well. And again, show me someone else in the past that was not prepared for this. You could even keep going back even to during the Clinton era, during Clinton's time when there was multiple shutdowns. There was no issue with flight delays or flight air, or flights at that point as well. So let's be honest. Let's keep going. We can even go farther back as well, too, honestly. So this is the case of this is an issue where the air traffic controllers that were working during this period for free, pretty much for free, if they don't get their raise and bonus, I will be all wholeheartedly behind them for their strike. If they strike, they should strike because they have the control. They have the power to bring this country to a 60 to 70% halt, basically, at that point. Because let's be honest, transportation with goods and people and such, that will do some serious damage, honestly. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Again, you're welcome to leave a comment in the section. Prove me wrong. I'd love to see me proven wrong. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, of course, always unrehearsed. Until next time. And again, by the way, as I mentioned, these opinions are my opinion and my opinion alone. Does not reflect anyone or anything or any organization I represent or work for, etc. Basically, this is only my opinion. That's pretty much it. With that, I'll leave it at that. If you have anything to say, you're welcome to leave in the comment section. Peace out.